Good morning. Today is going to be a little more roofing. We are working on gable trim today. So when we did our roof, we added some insulation. We just slapped down boards, 2x4s as far as runners, and went over the top of the existing roof and added a layer of foam insulation in there. So the roof's a little thicker than it used to be. You can see the transition up there on the edge, which kind of looks ugly, right? So we're going to be putting up some gable trim today, and which is an edge flashing to go around, kind of finish that roof off and finish those edges off. So we have some fun spots to access on the roof here. The lower portion is a 5/12 pitch, which means for every 5 inches, or every foot, you have 5 inches of rise. The upper portion is a 10/12 pitch, which means for every 12 inches you go over, you have a 10-inch rise. Very slick on a metal roof. So there's a few ways we can do it. We can put a rope up over the top, but I think I end up denting my ridge cap, which I don't want to do. We could build a ladder with a little hook over the end out of 2x4s, which will probably still end up denting that. So I'm going to go with plan C, which is an extension ladder with a blanket wrapped around it. Alright, so I think we got it kind of done. I don't like heights. I'm not afraid of heights, but I don't care for them. So glad to be down off the roof. But I gotta do that 3 more times. Actually, I might be able to do the other ones with the ladder. This is weird because the bathroom's right there, so I can't get up at the eave very well. So I might be able to do the rest of it with a ladder. I've been busy working outside, but Dee's been busy working in here. She's working on the bathroom, getting everything caulked, painted, and touched up to where it looks nice. This little guy's been helping. He's got paint all over his ear. Yesterday was a big moment here at the cabin. We've had this ceiling fan that's been with us since the start of the journey. Crusty to begin with. There was a bat hanging off of it that Dee was scared of when we bought the place.
Are you recording me, you jerk?
What's the matter?
I am paralyzed.
Why?
Because there's a bat right there. Oh, oh my god. Stop it.
Very, very rough ceiling fan. It's been painted, it's been drywall textured, it's had one of the blades broken off of it, a couple of the lights didn't work, it was in really rough shape. And so we finally got a new ceiling fan that they'd put in, and I'm not going to say I'm going to miss this crusty old thing, so good riddance ceiling fan. Well, we have had a utility sink in the bathroom for quite a while. I planned on making a cabinet for in there, but I think just for the sake of sanity and getting things looking a little nicer, we're going to go ahead and put in a regular Home Depot Lowe's vanity. Went ahead and picked up a matching vanity at the same time, and it's a little bit wider for the other bathroom. I'm hoping to get that bathroom up and rolling within the next week or so. So hopefully all goes well with that, and we'll have a master bathroom. We have done a ton of work on a ladder, and didn't film much of it, but we've got a bunch of edge trim done. So this still needs done. This is the little porch. We've gone from looking like that to a nice finished trim look.
I don't think this is 100% ready, but it's still gonna taste 1,000 times better than what you get in the store. I already had one actually. Do you want to try this one?
So that sun's bright this morning.
Yes, it is. So good, huh? It's like not even completely ripe, but it still tastes amazing.
Still has more flavor than a store-bought tomato. That's great.
Yeah. Hey, get
Oh,
out of my
somebody's
bed.
in trouble.
Uh-oh. You get out of my bed. You a monster.
You're gonna have a lot of fun playing in these tomatoes when they get a little bigger.
Oh, you better stay out.
Wow.
And I just picked these less than a week ago. Okay, there's a bunch more. Bunch more. It's got a feel. These are just about done, but they do have a last round that ain't picked. So. That's a gourd.
Oh yeah, very cool.
Yeah, the squash seem to really like this particular area. They're going kind of nuts so all of a sudden.
We got some little guys starting to come on here.
Yep, there's another one right here. Turned into a baby, and that's been like that for a few days.
Kind of slow growing.
Yeah, cut squash. It's getting tall.
I don't know if we'll get any corn though. It's maybe.
No.
Maybe.
We still have another month plus of warm weather. Just
Okay.
depends on how long our frost date holds off. Last year we didn't have just like a frost, we had a hard freeze. It didn't go from like hot to frost, it went from hot to hard freeze October 1st. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Been a very cool summer,
Yeah.
start to summer, so everything's kind of stunted coming out the gate. That guy's about ready to start putting some corn on.
But I don't know. If nothing else, they're kind of pretty. They're just kind of fun and pretty to see out here growing. I think these might be butternut, but I'm not sure.
I really don't think our melons are going to do much this year. They're just kind of sitting there. So I need to put up some flashing on the front as well to match. There is some flashing was put on there, but it's not what we wanted. It was just a quick put a drip flashing on there. So time to make it look a little nicer. Well, I highly recommend safety stuff while you're doing this. Obviously, gloves are very important when you're working with very sharp tin. And probably better shoes than I have. I have my safety Crocs on from Walmart, and when I cut this piece off, it went down and stabbed me in the top of my foot. So probably should be wearing some better shoes as well. But just be mindful if you're working with tin, it is extremely sharp. And you know, you got cuts and stuff coming through the gloves even sometimes, but it certainly is much better than without them. I have the feeling that dark spot is blood. And usually sheet metal cuts bleed nicely as well, even if they're not terrible. Well, we went back and forth trying to figure out if we're going to do this right here or the traditional just flashing. I think we're going to go with flashing just for the simple fact is the transition up at the top where that joint comes together is really weird where it's in the middle of a span. And you just kind of, I mean, you'd have this open, you have to kind of cut it and bend it down, and I think it would end up looking funky. So I think we're going to go ahead and just do this for now. I can always come back and put this on if I don't like it. Alright, I am done with all of the flashing and gable trim, so that is fantastic. Completely done with the roof. We put the sheeting on I think a couple years ago, and it's been sitting with these unfinished edges, so it feels really good to have that nailed down and be moving forward on to other stuff that needs finished up. Thank you so much for coming along with us on our journey. We'll catch you on the next video.